All right, welcome back to the One Bar and Lupagus show, and we are SKOL'ing with the enemy. Today we have the BigKatt from Keep Pounding TV. Oh my God, what a crazy cat! Don't pet that guy. BigKatt, how you doing?
Man, I'm blessed. How are you, my friend?
I am good. We got some nice snow here, a couple inches, making for a real wintry looking Thanksgiving tomorrow. So I'm excited.
Awesome. It's amazing.
Yeah. So Vikings, Panthers, we don't meet that often. We do have some shared blood. Teddy Bridgewater, and don't forget Brandon Zylstra. Revenge game for Brandon Zylstra. How's he been?
Listen, man, he's one of the guys I've been advocating for to get on the field, man. But we just have so much talent at the receiver position that he hasn't been able to get on. But he's my guy. I like him. I call him Mr. White Hope. I like him, man. He can play. He can play in my eyes. Seriously, no joke.
All right. Well, the first thing I think any Vikings fan who's watching this has got to know. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater, it's weird. He came here, first round draft pick. We all love him. He never really had a chance to develop. Things were starting to click. That knee blew out. But the weird thing with Teddy Bridgewater, we all love him. I mean, every Minnesota Vikings fan loves Teddy Bridgewater. We never wanted him to go. So I'm just curious. Is the feeling the same in Carolina? Do you guys just love this guy? Is it just Teddy, or is it just the Vikings fans? I got to know. How do you feel about Teddy Bridgewater?
Well, I'll just keep it like this. You know, his jersey is number 5, right?
Yeah.
So I got 5 on it. I keep 5 on it, all right? But if you ask me as a fan base, do we feel the same way? No. I mean, people are ready to get rid of this guy. I mean, and rightfully so. I mean, you got to understand it because we coming from a dynamic force as in Cam Newton. So, I mean, it's hard to see somebody who's as athletic and as gifted as Cam Newton then turn around. And he's not quite as flashy, but to me, he's effective and efficient. So I'll take that over flashy any day. But I think some Panther fans are split. I think a lot of guys want to see him go. Other people are like, well, let's give him time, see what he can do. But I personally, I love him, and I think he's good for the team and the culture.
All right. So sticking with the Teddy topic here for a minute. You kind of touched on this a little bit, but is he the long term? I know you guys signed him for 3 years. He's only 28 years old. You have PJ Walker. If you guys continue to not live up to your expectations, end up with a high draft pick, can get one of those big quarterbacks next year, do you think the Panthers would go that route, or would they stick with Teddy? Or are they high on PJ Walker? Do they think he's got some future? Basically, is Teddy Bridgewater a long-term solution for you guys?
Well, again, this is kind of personal preference. I'm gonna say for me, I can see it. I'm not gonna say that he is, but I can see that it's possible. The offensive coordinator Joe Brady actually came out probably about a week ago and said he's a franchise type quarterback. So that's kind of a hint into the future. Doesn't necessarily mean a whole lot, but it kind of gives you a hint of how they feel about him. He also spoke about how the locker room and the organization loves him as a person and as a player. So is he the future? I can't say that, but he's definitely has what it takes to be that. PJ Walker, I mean, there's no denying his athleticism. And that was on display against the Detroit Lions. Now, I know a lot of you guys out there saying the Detroit Lions, they're nobody. Their defense is 20, 29, 28, whatever. But his ability to come off the bench and destroy that team and also use his legs, mobility to hold linebackers at bay and still be able to go out there and throw the ball like he did. I mean, it lets you know it kind of opened up Pandora box like, what else does he have? And again, I wouldn't rush to judge right now. Give him a full offseason, give him some training camp, and let PJ Walker grow. And if PJ Walker's not the answer and we just, end up with a top 10 draft pick, let him grow behind Teddy. I think so many people don't understand that you can ruin a player's psyche or confidence just because you've seen them play good in one game. You know what I mean? It's a marathon, not a sprint, so you can't just judge them off of one game. And I think we're in good hands with Teddy, but again, it's a personal preference.
Yeah. All right. Again, we're here with the BigKatt from Keep Pounding TV. If you don't have to subscribe to his channel, it'd be awesome if you did. At least go in there, harass him in the comments, give him some shit, Vikings fans. He loves it. He eats it for breakfast.
Come on.
All right. So not only do you guys have a new quarterback in Teddy Bridgewater, you got a brand new head coach, Matt Rhule. You love him, hate him? What's your feelings on him so far? You guys are what, 4-7?
Yeah. Listen, I love what he's doing. He has been brought in to establish the culture. A lot of people weren't high on him because he was coming from college. He came from Baylor. Also, he had experience with Temple. And a lot of people weren't too impressed with what he did with those programs. Oh, there's nobody. But what he's doing as far as the culture, the psyche of this organization and the team is phenomenal, man. And I think we're better than what our record shows right now. Yes, he still makes some coaching mistakes with the play clock as far as calling timeouts. He can be – I think I'll put it like this. I think he's trying to figure it out as he go. Again, the COVID season, the whole no off season, no training camp. I personally can say as a fan, I witnessed Matt Rhule grow in his coaching ability from the Raiders game until now. And yeah, it wasn't pretty at all times. And you know what I mean? And shout out to him against the Kansas City Chiefs game. We went toe-to-toe with the fucking champion. That doesn't happen unless you have good coaching. We could have been a New York Jets like they played them the week before and got our asses whooped. So, yeah, it's coming. It's going to take time, Panther fan, but I like him, man. I like what he's doing.
Yeah, and, you know, another question I had, you kind of touched on it here. The Panthers are 4-7, but you just mentioned they went toe-to-toe with the Kansas City Chiefs. They beat some good teams. They hung in there with some other ones. And you said you think they're better than 4-7. So who are these Carolina Panthers? I mean, what are they really here?
The Carolina Panthers are a young, hungry, future dominant team. We will own the NFC South in about 3 years, and that's no bluff, man. I mean, Matt Ryan, he's getting older. Drew Brees on his way out. Tom Brady's on his way out. You're looking at 2 out of those 3 teams, well, possibly 3 out of those 3 teams looking for new quarterbacks within the next 3 years. We got a defense that was built through the draft with monsters up front like my man Derek Brown. You got YGM. Brian Burns is a stud, man. You said it's cold up there, right? You said snowing up there?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Hey, don't worry. Brian Burns is going to heat all that up for you. And then you got Jeremy Chin. I mean, this team is loaded, but it's going to take some time. What's the main thing that hurt us so far is, other than the COVID season and our no practice, the main thing that hurt us is being inconsistency and also lacking focus. And both of those things come with euphemism. You know what I mean? When you're young, think about when you were 18. You weren't mature like you are when it comes to paying bills. You're trying to get the latest, you know what I mean, Van Halen album or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
I ain't that old.
So we got to focus. We got to lock in. And hopefully over time that'll happen. But so far what's been going on, I like the promise. The future is bright for Carolina.
Yeah, I agree. And you touched on it. Let's talk about that draft. Derek Brown, Tahir Gross-Mattis, Jeremy Chin. How those guys look so far, and what's your overall impressions of your draft class so far?
I like it, man. I know you didn't mention a couple other guys like Troy Pride and Stanley Oliver Thomas, but especially Oliver Thomas, he has stepped in and played big for the time that he has been on the field. A guy who was a drafted from FIU late, I think 7th round, 6th round. He has came in there and made the most of his opportunities, man. Troy Pride still learning. And again, each week these guys are buying in. So you start off week 1 and then you see, you know what I mean, the bumpy road. But as the season, here we are, week 11, it's starting to get better for those guys. But let's talk about YGM, Yetur Gross-Matos. He's been hurt, but he's been coming along as well. He's been a little more inconsistent. I thought he was going to be our defensive rookie of the year in my book. He hasn't quite been there. Next guy I thought it was Derek Brown. Derek Brown has been phenomenal when it comes to stuffing the run. He needs to get a little more polished. He's not that, you know, Aaron Donald kind of defensive tackle just yet. You know what I mean? He's more of a strong man, take up 2 blocks, stuff the run. But if he can polish those skills to where he can add that passing, that pass rush attack in there, he might be pretty good in the future here. And then last but not least, Jeremy Chin, Steve Atwater's nephew. We're talking about a guy that reminds me of Bob Sanders. From where? Miami? Nope. From Florida? Nope. Ohio State? No. From Southern Illinois, the Salukis. This guy comes in from, you know, Buku State or whatever, Buku University, and he's playing all over the field. He plays in the box. He's back to safety. I even seen him lined up against some receivers, man. So this guy, we got a future perennial all-star Pro Bowler right here, man. I think he should make the Pro Bowl, at least be Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he's had a great season so far. I'm jealous because I love a young D tackle like Derek Brown. I love a young safety like Jeremy Chin. We have neither. Our D tackles are a shit show right now. All right, so give me one Carolina Panther who doesn't get the love he deserves. Flying under the radar, needs to have, put the spotlight on him right now.
I'm gonna give you some love right here, man. Shout out to my man Zach Kerr. defensive tackle free agent signee from the Arizona Cardinals, and a guy who I wasn't expect to be that much involved in the game plan, but due to injuries to Quan Short, he was able to be forced in there. And listen, man, he has stood up, man. Not only does he has a big personality, he likes to play, but he's effective. I think he's, according to ProFootballFocus.com, he graded out with like a 75 overall, 2 sacks already. He has been a great asset to this team, especially when you got a young defensive tackle in Derek Brown, who's good. It's just going to need some more time and need to be more polished. They got a good nucleus right there in the middle, and I think he doesn't get the proper respect. But I'm here to put some respect in your name. Zach Kerr definitely deserves it.
Zach Kerr. All right, I'll look for him on Sunday. All right. How about the flip side of that? Every team's got that one player when he goes out there, you're like, oh shit. You know, for us it was Drew Samia when he was playing. He was horrible right guard. If he wasn't getting flagged, he was getting knocked on his ass. Who is that guy? Who is your Drew Samia?
All right, Panther Nation, on the count of 3. We know who this is. 1, 2, 3. Tahir Whitehead. Yeah, free agent acquisition middle linebacker from the Oakland Raiders, or Las Vegas Raiders now. My God. Yeah. And listen, I don't want to pick on the dude, but I'm going to pick on the dude. When it comes to his abilities to stop the run, to be disciplined in gaps, and this guy's supposed to be a veteran, by the way. He's not a rookie. I mean, I think about it. I look back over the schedule, and I see so many games. If we had a stop here or stop there, we could have won it, or could have at least been in a position to win it. Tahir Whitehead has been on roller skates the whole damn season. I'm so sick of it. Everybody's ready for him to go. And again, a lot of people give Matt Rhule hell. There's one flaw that Matt Rhule has, and I think that's bringing in a bunch of guys that he's familiar with, like from Temple. Tahir Whitehead from Temple, Robbie Anderson from Temple, PJ Walker went to Temple. We got a bunch. Yeah. So I mean, if that's the only reason why he's on the team, you know what I mean? Then hey, man, I don't know, but he's definitely has been a thorn in Panther Nation's tail.
Yeah, I hear you. We all got those players every year. It doesn't fail. All right, so if you could go ahead and just pluck one Minnesota Viking off the current roster, put him in that Carolina blue, electric blue. What do you guys call that color, by the way? That name
Carolina blue. What are you talking about?
all right. In that Carolina blue, who would it be? Who would you take out the Vikings roster?
Okay. So I got 2, but I'm not going to choose the first one. The first one is obvious. Delvin Cook. I mean, Jesus, man, this guy is amazing. But we got Christian McCaffrey, so I'm going to get off his nuts for a little bit. Yeah. Let's talk about Eddie Kendricks, man, that middle linebacker y'all have there, man. 2 interceptions on the season. According to ProFootballFocus.com, graded out at 81.1 overall rating. We are in desperate need of a middle linebacker, especially with the late great Luke Kuechly retiring. Yep. And I think he will be a great fit on the team. So what you want for him, man? I'll make a call or 2 and we'll go ahead and get him, man. But
maybe your next 3 first rounders.
No, we can't do that. We'll give you a 4th round.
You know, a lot of Vikings fans that say throw Teddy back here. We'll be glad to take him. Yeah, Kendricks is amazing. That guy's so good in pass coverage. He's all over the field. You'll see him 30 yards down covering a wide receiver. He covered Devontae Adams once a couple of weeks ago. He's just a beast. And he still doesn't get the love he does league wide, the love he deserves league wide. I mean, that guy is so damn good. Eric Kendricks, man. Whew. And he doesn't have his buddy Anthony Barr this year, and he's still putting up a bunch of numbers. So
that's a fact. Dude. We desperately need a middle linebacker.
Nice. Well, you can't do any better than Eric Kendricks. So that's a good pick. All right. So what worries you most about the Vikings this Sunday? What concerns you? I know it's not our defense.
Not at all. I'll tell you this right here. I mentioned this guy earlier, man, and Delvin Cook, man, he reminds me of a upgraded version of Alvin Kamara. And if you guys don't know, we played the Saints earlier this year, and Alvin Kamara tore our asses up, man, because he's a dual threat running back. He can run between the tackles, also catch out of the backfield. He reminds me of that. And listen, he's one of these guys. If he gets a crease, it's going to the house. It's going to the house, man. And we haven't necessarily been the best at run stuff in here lately. I mean, I guess you could say we shut down Adrian Peterson, who's 90 years old, and Kerryon Johnson, who's
congrats.
Right. I mean, what do you say about that? I mean, but this is a different monster here. We're going up against some special, the leading rusher and leading touchdowns when it comes to running back. So I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous about it, man. But hopefully the momentum of this Detroit game carries in here and we can shut them down.
Well, the thing is, he's kind of had mean, 2 turds in his book in the last couple of weeks, so he's due for a big one. So I'd be worried if I was you. But and the Vikings, I mean, they knew what they had and they rode him. That's why we won 3 in a row. It was all on Delvin Cook's legs. So he is basically the offense. It all goes around him.
Yeah.
So
unfortunately, you paid how much you pay the game manager quarterback?
Hey, you know what? It's all good. We're fine. Hey, you know, it is what it is. If you want a quarterback, you're going to pay regardless. So that's how it goes. You know, hindsight, you know, should we have kept Teddy and Case Keenum? I don't know. But
I mean, the dude literally ran Diggs out of town, man. And then you turn around and get – see, I don't get that. You turn around, you had Diggs, and then you turn around and draft Jefferson. I mean, what are you doing there? I mean, you just replaced what you lost. I mean, so you didn't really improve. You just came right back to where you were. You see what I'm saying?
Churchill didn't get any worse, and now we have a younger option. So, you know, Diggs is a little bit of a bitch. He you know, I love him for what he did in Minneapolis Miracle. That was all him. Amazing player. I love Stephon Diggs, but he did have some attitude issues. So, but, you know, that's fine. We got Adam Thielen. We got Justin Jefferson. That's all we got. We got nothing else, but we got those 2. Nice. All right. So where do you see the Panthers have the biggest advantage over the Vikings this Sunday? What is one area you see a clear advantage for your Carolina Blue?
I would say this, man. I would say we're going to run all over you guys, but here's the thing. Because you guys let a fucking backup Pollard and the Cowboys run a 42-yard. I don't know what y'all.
That was doing. Chris Jones. That wasn't us. That was Chris Jones.
Yeah, it sucked. So check this out, man. Our running back, Mike Davis, who's usually reliable, he has made a name for himself. I think he has a messed up hand, man. I'm not 100% confident in him. We got former University of Minnesota running back Rodney Smith on our roster. He's just getting his legs in the league. So I don't know how effective our running game will be. Again, when you guys gave up the performance you gave up against the Cowboys, you guys are due for a dominant performance. Could it be against us in our wounded backfield? I don't know. So I'm going to go the opposite way here. I'm going to say our wide receivers will dominate your quarterback. You got Gladney out there. You guys got Dancer out there. 2 guys I personally wanted in the draft, but I think those guys are still a little behind the curve when it comes to growth. So I think we'll dominate those guys. Even though you have Harrison Smith over top, I don't think it's going to be enough. I see what CeeDee Lamb did to you guys, so I'm absolutely thrilled to get a hold of both of those young cornerbacks, man.
Can you please not keep mentioning the Dallas game? That one's fun. I don't like that one. I bet. Yeah. That's the thing with these young corners. I love Gladney. I love Dancer's potential, but it's a week-to-week thing with those 2. You don't know what you're going to get. Dancer's been out of the lineup a few times. Gladney's getting better, but he was horrible last week against the Cowboys. And then there is no veteran anymore. Mike Hughes is gone. I mean, he's out. Holton Hill's out. Chris Boyd is just as young as the other 2. Yeah, that's what worries me too. You guys got a great trio there, and it could be gross. But you know, sometimes they show up, so you never know what you're going to get.
Oh yeah, they're better.
Well, yeah, they damn well better. But
I'm telling you, you're dealing with Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore, like the top wide receiver duo in the league when it comes to receiving yards. Shit.
Yeah, I know it. I'm scared shitless of those 2. And Curtis Samuel worries me too. Curtis Samuel. Those 3 are going to keep me up. I mean, I'll be full of turkey tomorrow. I'll sleep well tomorrow, but after that, it's going to be a couple of restless nights. Until this game gets going. All right, so game prediction. How do you see this thing playing out? Who comes out on top? I mean, you don't have to give me a final score if you don't want to, but if you want to, you can. Just how do you see the game going?
All right, man. So I think Teddy comes back home. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be a lot of tears. Also, I think he wants to come home and put on a show. You know what I mean? He's not going to come there just to get some hugs and stuff. So I think it's going to be closer than what a lot of people think. I think you guys will come out and play hard. I think our ability to run the ball may be in question tomorrow. Again, Rodney Smith and Mike Davis, depending on how healthy he is, I don't know there. But one thing I will say is and you guys got phenomenal linebackers, by the way, Wilson, Hendricks. Those guys are phenomenal, man. But when it comes to, putting up points, if we have Teddy Bridgewater starting, hopefully I think we will. I think our receiving core will dominate you guys secondary, man. Again, Harrison Smith, he is a beast, but he's not enough. So I think we're going to exploit that, and I think it's going to be 27-23 coming down to the Wire Panthers.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to go back and forth. Might not be a lot of defense in this one. I think it might be even a higher score, but I don't know. I kind of think the Panthers are going to take this one too. Just my gut feeling, but we'll see what happens. You never know what these Vikings are. Been an enigma all season long. You don't know what you're going to get. You win 3 in a row, then you lose to freaking Dallas. So I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Again, we're here with the Big Cat from Keep Pounding TV. One final question. This is maybe the most important one of them all.
All right.
Tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I don't know when this is going to air. Maybe I should say today is Thanksgiving. I don't know. But what is your go-to Thanksgiving side dish? What is it?
My favorite topic of the day. My go-to, and it should be your go-to, is a hot baked macaroni and cheese, man. How could you not show love to that macaroni and cheese? The 7-layer ooey gooiness, man. I'm telling you, man, that goes good with anything. I can't get enough of. You got Chick-fil-A out there? You guys got Chick-fil-A?
No, not up here.
Okay. Well, you guys, this is the kind of macaroni Chick-fil-A serves, man. It's amazing, man, and stuffing and gravy. But macaroni is number one on my list. How about yours?
You know, I'm just gonna go old school. I'm going stuffing because the way my grandma makes it was amazing, and my mom has the same recipe. I don't know what the hell they put in there, but it is like crack. I can't stop eating it. And I gotta be honest, we don't do the macaroni often. I've had it a couple times at Thanksgiving, but I was worried you were gonna say cranberry sauce, and I was gonna rip you to pieces.
Hell no. Ugh. That's like eating the fucking grape jelly for whatever reason. I never liked it. I never liked the cranberry sauce, man.
It's one of those things that's always there, and like no one ever touches.
Right. Oh yeah, I like motherfucking Heineken too, man. But
That's an actual side dish.
Yeah, it is. It is. Heineken bowl.
All right. Well, thank you, Big Cat. This has been great SKOL'ing with you. Good luck the rest of the season. Not so much this Sunday. But again, you know, when you look at your NFC South, I guess the team I would root for would be the Carolina Panthers. Not a Taysom Hill fan, not a Sean Payton fan. I don't like Tom Brady this year either, and never been a Falcon fan, especially since 1998. So you are my team in the NFC South. That makes you feel any better.
Yes, sir, man. Smart man.
All right. All right. Well, again, awesome. Thank you for hopping on SKOL'ing with the enemy. And I'm up against. And guys, remember to always keep your skull in your hole. All right. Awesome.
No doubt. When you going to put this up?